Start. Good morning. Thank you for joining. So, yesterday we covered what are the different types of flows which are present as part of Pega, which is screen flows and process flows. Of course, the subflows which we understood from a process flow, we were able to call a screen flow and saw how exactly a set of tasks can be outsourced into a screen flow and a user can be assigned that particular flow and he'll be completing all those tasks, and then the control jumps back to the process flow is something which we understood yesterday. We also saw that within Pega you can call these flows in a process flow using a sub process shape. Like that, you can add as many sub process shapes you want. You can declutter your process flow by putting such similar tasks into a screen flow. And also the assignment in screen flow is the place where you will be specifying your flow actions. Also, something which we saw was how exactly back and forth navigation is enabled in a screen flow. That's what we covered yesterday. Today, we'll be going one step further and we'll be understanding how notifications are sent in Pega. Today, we'll be understanding how outbound email notification is sent. Okay, we'll be looking at rules like, you know, uh, correspondence and correspondence fragments, and also something called as dynamic system settings. System settings, perfect. So jumping into the understanding of notifications. For example, today when I try to order something on Amazon, why do we always go for Amazon as example? Because it's like a multi-million dollar, uh, you know, um, online shopping app. It's an e-commerce app which is world famous. That's why we have to relate to it. It's an enterprise application which helps us understand a lot of stuff. That is why we have to go there. Or else you could relate it to anything which makes sense to you. But the business use case remains same. Whenever you try to shop something, it's common that you get a notification, right? You get a notification that these things how you have ordered, and you get an email notification. If you see in your local store also, when you go and try to purchase stuff, he puts everything in a he writes out everything in a sheet and he gives you that sheet telling that these are the things you have ordered. Same thing is being implemented in these platforms also. Amazon also, once you order it, you get a notification on your email telling that, hey, this is the stuff you ordered. Or for example, if you change your address, you'll get a notification telling that your shipping address has been changed. Or if you cancel your order, you'll get your order got cancelled, stuff like that. Don't we get such notifications?
Yes,
Anything which goes out from the application, for example from the Amazon application, if that goes out to the customer, that is called as outbound notification. Does it make sense? What do you think? If a query goes into the application, what will that be called? Inbound. Anything which goes out from the application is called as outbound. The notification, the email notification which goes out from the application is called as outbound email notification. Anything which the application accepts, for example, if you send a text message, let us say they are going to take the order, that is an inbound order, inbound request which is going into the application. Because it is going outside the application, they call it outbound email notification. Perfect. What is correspondence, guys? Any idea what is correspondence? Back in old days, when the British invaded India, that's when they introduced something called as correspondence. It's nothing but to communicate, people use letters, and they didn't call it, oh, they communicate with letters. No, they use letters as their correspondence channel. Correspondence is nothing but to communicate They also use correspondence as a synonym where you'll have letters and stuff like that. In the same way, Pega also uses a rule called as correspondence. It's nothing but, it could be an email, for example. That could be a correspondence. And inside the email, you will have different things, right? You have a subject, you have a body, you have a signature. Don't we have that? Doesn't an email have subject, body, and email, body and signature?
Yes.
All that pieces within an email will be called as correspondence fragments. All these are rules. We'll be seeing that. Don't worry about that. We'll be seeing them individually and we'll be understanding. So today's takeaway is understanding how you can send out outbound notification from your workflow. For example, the customer workflow which we are trying to build. From that process, we should be able to send out an email notification. That's what we are trying to understand today. So to achieve this, there are few things. Pega provides OOTB. OOTB means out of the box activity to send out email, which is called as send email notification. So today we will be seeing few rules: correspondence fragment rules, and a dynamic system setting rule, as well as the send email notification activity is something we will be using, and we'll be seeing how exactly we can send out notifications. Before we do that, we had to understand what is correspondence. Correspondence is nothing but to communicate. It's again a synonym is what you can say. Like we used to use letters for correspondence previously. Now we use email, WhatsApp, and all these are correspondence mediums. They have grouped within Pega. They have grouped it under that category. That's fine. Perfect. And there is something called as dynamic system settings. This is also called as DSS in Pega. They'll refer to this as DSS. What is DSS? We'll understand that. DSS. This rule is used to add globally constant values. For example, in application, few things can be constant. Yes or no? Let us say the mm, let us say the email address for a given group. Will it change every day, or for a particular user? Will the email change every day, guys? Yes, no. It won't change. It's something which is constant. Do we agree?
Yes.
So to specify or to maintain some constant values, I'll show you how exactly we'll be using that. But to maintain such constant values, we'll be using this rule. I'll be showing you how exactly we'll create this rule and utilize this rule. But understand that this is a rule which will be used to maintain some constant values. Could be your email, could be the environment URL. What do I mean by environment URL? For example, this URL, let us say you have to store this URL in your system. This won't change every day, right? Where it's running, for example, whoever is running this in your local environment, localhost colon 8080, and you'll see PR web something. Has it been changing every day when you have logging in? The initial part, the host and the port, has it been changing, guys? It won't. It will be the same. To specify stuff like that, eventually when you go inside application, you will understand. For now, understand that to maintain some constant values, let us say what are constant values? Values which don't won't change are constant values. Let us say your Aadhaar card number. Is it a number which is going to change? No, that is a constant value. So when we say constant values, those are the constant values. We'll see this. Okay, we'll see this. I have logged into my system. Let us first verify where are these records. Let me expand sysadmin. Let's start with DSS. I expanded the sysadmin category, and when I go down, I should be able to find something called as dynamic system settings. Can I see that? Can I find that, guys? Dynamic system settings. See,
yes,
dynamic system settings is a rule which rolls up under sysadmin category. See, if you see here, they are maintaining version numbers. See, this won't change. That is why they are maintaining that using this particular rule. Indexing frequency, let us say this thing. Let me open this. So here they are telling they want to maintain the frequency. They want to index something and they want to say the frequency has to be stored at a DSS level. If you see, the value is hourly. They are using this particular rule to maintain that. What is the advantage of using this? First thing, this doesn't get associated with the rule set version. It's only associated with the rule set. There is no version associated with it, which means you don't have to lock this. In production also you can open and modify it. Does it make sense? There is no version.
yes,
When you go to the rule set, the only thing which you can lock is a version. You can't lock a rule set. You can only lock a rule set version. Yes or no? 010101 was the version we locked. Do we agree?
yes, yes,
So this rule doesn't get associated with any version. So they maintain these constant values in this particular rule, dynamic system setting rule. Why? In production also you can modify them and just say they are easily modifiable and you can utilize these rules in production. That's the best part about DSS, dynamic system settings. Just understand that we'll be using this to hold or store some constant values which are necessary for system. Okay, we'll see what are such constant values. Perfect. In the same way, where is that? Not under this. Mapping भी नहीं, resources भी नहीं. Come on. Perfect. Under the process category, there is another rule which is called as correspondence. Are we able to find that? So dynamic system settings is under sysadmin category. Under process category, we have seen flow, we have seen flow action, we have also seen ticket, also we have seen validate, also we have seen SLA, service level agreement. Now we are also going to understand correspondence. Let's click on correspondence. When will we use correspondence? When you have to send notification, we will be using correspondence. What is notification? Nothing but an email talking about the details of your work object. Yes or no? We receive such notifications when we order stuff on Amazon. Do we agree, guys? Yes? No?
yes, yes,
If you see, there is something called as correspondence type. Like I was telling, back in the old days, we had letters for correspondence. Today we have email. We also have fax. We have SMS, WhatsApp, stuff like that. Pega supports few of them. I think uh, it supports email, it supports fax, it supports mail and SMS in correspondence. Okay, does it make sense, guys? There's also something called as fragment, correspondence fragment. Correspondence fragment is nothing but, let us say this is your email body. These the small fragments which are present in the email body are stored or created using correspondence fragments. We'll see when we try to implement it, your doubts will get cleared. So just now, right now, understand that we are going to utilize all these rules to build the functionality. Okay. Three rules we'll be focusing on today. One is correspondence type, correspondence fragment, and dynamic system settings. That's what we'll be working on today. So the requirement could be something very simple, like sending an email notification to the customer once he has filled in his details. Let us say he has filled his address details. We want to send a notification and confirm from him, hey, this is the shipping address you have provided. Please confirm it if it is right or not. We want to send a notification like that with details. Okay, we should be able to send an email from our workflow. We'll also see if it works. We'll try to use any email ID, and then we'll try to check if that's working fine. To do that, we'll need few things. What do we need? We need a from email, like to whom we want to send. And of course, emails work using a host. So if you say Gmail host, it will tell you smtp.gmail.com. This is the server which it uses to send email. So we'll be using Gmail because of course it is free. We'll be using something like this. We will be using this host to send the email. Okay. Uh, these are some stuff which we'll be utilizing to send a notification. Let us try to do that, and let's come back if you have any questions and understand it in a much better format. To do this, what I will do first, let me go to my, let me close these guys. Let's start fresh. Let us see if I have a email property in my work class. Let me open the data designer. Right click. View data designer. Do I have an email? Perfect. I do have an email. Let us see if we are utilizing this anywhere. Let me go to my sections and see if I am capturing that section and customer details section. Are we capturing it somewhere? Perfect. We are capturing the email. Let us see what property this is mapped to. Email. Perfect. We are capturing it. We do have a property and we are capturing it in the section also. Perfect. That is one confirmation which we have received. Now let's proceed in creating one. To do that, let me create a dynamic system setting first to capture this email or to store this email as a constant value. Right click on sysadmin on work class. Right click on sysadmin on work class, click on create, and then navigate to dynamic system settings. Sysadmin create, and then click on dynamic system settings. Perfect. Let us say I want to capture the from email here. Just notice from email. There is no rule set version. It is just asking for owning rule set. Let us say it is alpha auto. Okay. It's just asking for rule set. There's no version associated with this. That is why this doesn't get locked as part of any rule set version. It is always open and can be modified. When I right click and click create, this it gave me this form where I have to provide the DSS name and the owning rule set. That's what I have provided. Create and open. Are you able to understand, guys? Let us say I want to give my email ID. Let me give my org email ID gmail.com. That's at gmail.com. Save. This is a constant value. My email is a constant value. I have given that here. Okay. Now let us also create a DSS for host and password. I'll be using my Gmail account to send this email. So I also need a password for my email ID. Right click on sysadmin, same thing, click on dynamic system settings, and I'll have to provide a password. um, DSS, this will be password. For password we'll keep the same thing. Owning rule set will be alpha auto. Setting password also will be password. Perfect. Create and open. Perfect. What will be the value for this thing? That will be something which will be my password. I'll call it password. Okay. I have to give here my original password, which I'll be providing in some time. Perfect. I needed two things. Of course, to send an email, you first have to log in. For that, you will need your email ID and your password. Also, what I need is the host. What is the host for for Gmail to send a email? We just saw that, right? smtp.gmail.com. Yes or no?
Yes, yes.
Same way, Outlook will have its own hostname. See, SMTP Office 365 is its host. Same way, Yahoo will have its own hostname. See, smtp.mail.yahoo.com. Does it make sense, guys?
Yes.
Okay. So you will need this, using which you will be sending this notification outside. That is why we will be needing this SMTP host. You might be thinking, what is this SMTP host? So that's a host server which we will be using to send out this email. Hope it is making sense. SMTP host. This is alpha auto TP host. Perfect. Create and open. The value for this thing is, let me copy this guy. Control C. Save. Perfect. Now we have created this. Okay, I have to provide the password. We'll do that later. Let's first prepare our. So we created three dynamic system settings where I'm holding my standard values. For example, global values which I'll be using, I have stored there. Next thing, I have to build my correspondence. Let us start with correspondence fragment. Correspondence fragment and correspondence both are part of process category. Let me create a fragment first. Create correspondence fragment under process category. I am trying to create a correspondence fragment. Perfect. Fragment is nothing but a piece of information inside a correspondence. Inside a email could be the signature, that can be a fragment. Body, that could be a fragment, like that. Let us see what is that we want to say. Let us say I have a greeting message and I'll call it greeting frag. What is the correspondence type? See, email, fax, mail, or phone text, SMS in the sense. Right now we are focusing on email. Let us say email. Okay. Say create and open. We are creating a correspondence fragment here. Does it make sense, guys? Yes?
Yes, yes.
No? Okay. Perfect. So in this fragment, I will have to use a class also, under which class will I be using to display this stuff is something which I have to specify. For example, if I have to include something, for now I want to include something from my work class, so I will use the py work page, which gets, usually you will be using py work page. So remember this, that you have to include this in the classes. What will be the class? Alpha auto hyphen work. This is my work class. Okay, why will we do this? I'll tell you. Save, check out, come back to stream tab. All I have done, created a fragment, included my py work page in the pages and classes. Why? Because I want to access stuff which is there on py work page. What stuff? We will see here. We will have to include that reference. If we don't include that reference, we won't be able to access it. Let us say I have to drop a message to this particular customer, dear. And how can I get a property here? For example, I can use include, insert a property, subscript, insert a property. If you see here, I created a correspondence fragment, included my work class and my py work page in the pages and classes, came back to the stream. Here I'm building the skeleton of a greeting message, dear, and I have to specify a customer. For example, every time I create a work object, I won't be creating it for Vishwas. Yes or no? Could be for anyone, right? So at runtime, whatever is the value of in that particular work object, that should get picked up. Does it make sense?
Yes.
So one way is like dear student, you can tell. That way everyone will be student, then it is fine. But to personalize it, you have to always mention the name there. Do we agree?
Yes.
When you get an email from Amazon, it will be telling you, Mr. Vishwas, this is the order you have made. Mr. Nikhil, this is the order you have made. How are they doing it? That's what we are trying to see here. To include dynamically the value for, let us say, for that user, I'll be using this particular, inclusion here, which inserts a property. Let me use this. Just click on this insert property. See, it gives you this pop-up. Here, I can fetch for that property. What is the property for my first name, guys? Dot f name. Yes or no?
Yes.
First name. So on py work page, my first name property can be found, right? Yes or no? Whenever the work object is created, I can find my first name property. I think the context is already set. I should be able to fetch it from here only. Let us specify it this way. Page dot f name is the property in my py work page. Yes or no, guys? Just type py work page dot first name and then save. See, that got included here. That got included here. Let us say this is the fragment I wanted. Let us save this. Let us say I want to add another property. Py work page back. This is what is there. Okay. Dear first name. If name is not defined in, I have chosen this. What the heck is this? Name prompt. Nope. Um, Perfect. So the mistake I had done, I did here was I had specified a dot while specifying it in the properties panel. So don't do it, which will result in this thing. Prompt mode page. But I am not there. I have not specified it on prompt. Content of stream different. POI page is not defined. Discard this and let us check out it again. Pages and classes. POI work page. Perfect. Perfect. So first you will have to add the pages and classes where you'll be specifying PI work page. And then you have to come back to the stream and specify PI work page without a dot. And then on dot, you'll be able to access this first thing. It's kind of weird. I think they are still reworking on this particular rule to, make it much smarter, but you'll get issues like this. You'll have to just discard that, cancel it, and again recreate it. Should go through. You'll see such issues often. So don't worry about that. Perfect. So now I have created one correspondence fragment. Let me create another correspondence fragment to capture my signature. Okay. Let us say create another correspondence fragment, and let us say this is a signature fragment. Mm, ABC frag correspondent types email. Same process, nothing fancy here. And then we'll specify some signature. Let us say I'm going to tell uh, regards VPM for business. Good 571301. Okay, this is my signature. Let us say you can also add the email if you want, a signature which talks about your email also. Perfect. Okay, so we added two signatures. Now we created three DSS rules, which was one for email, password, and SMTP host. Also, we added two correspondence fragments. Perfect. Now, the next piece we will need is sending a correspondence, creating a correspondence rule where we'll be including these fragments. But if you see, all this has is dear and the signature. But there is also some body which has to go, right? Let us say we want to confirm if the shipping address is perfect. Let us see how exactly we can send those details as part of this particular notification. And to do that, first let me confirm what does my shipping details section have. Address section. Okay, let me open my shipping section. And let us set this thing, presentation, auto. Okay, let us make these fields read only to be able to include into the, it's auto. I'll mark this read only. These fields have to be read only if we have to display them in the presentation auto, run the submit, and then city presentation and market read only, submit, and here as well presentation auto, read only, submit, and pin code also I'll mark it read only. Perfect. Presentation read only, submit, and save as this to the latest section. I'm not able to modify or save those changes. To save those changes, I'm saving this into the 010 and 02 section. Now those changes are saved. Now all these fields are read only. That's fine. Perfect. So we were able to mark those fields as read only. Now let's create the correspondence rule. How do I do it? I have to go back to my process category, right click on that. We created fragments. So let us create a correspondence rule. New correspondence rule. And let us call this correspondence rule some name. Alpha correspondence. Okay, let's call it see car. What is the type? Email. Exactly same how we created a fragment, but this is a correspondence rule. That is a correspondence fragment rule. Create and open. Very simple. If you see, we are just trying to build a template using which we will be accessing it. Nothing as usual how we created there. Same way here also we will have to include the page in pages and classes. What is my page? Py work page and the classes. My work class alpha auto hyphen work. Save. Checkout. Come to correspondence. Here on the correspondence tab, I want to include what? What all can we include here? Let us see. If you click on this is to insert property. If you click on the icon next to it, it helps you insert a rule. Let us see what rule it helps us inserting. Click on insert. See rule HTML paragraph, a paragraph rule you can insert. In the same way, is there a rule? Is there a rule which using which I can include a HTML correspondence fragment? Yes, right.
Yes, yes.
See, I'm including a correspondence fragment. How am I doing it? I'm using this icon. If you just take your cursor on top of it, it will tell you insert rule. This one will insert property. This one will insert a rule. Just click on this insert. Choose the correspondence fragment. Choose the name. The top of the email should have greeting, ABC greeting. Yes or no? Yes or no, guys? Dear customer or whatever you want to specify there. That's what goes there. That is why I will have to choose that. Is it making sense? What is the page it is using? PY work page, right? Specify that. Perfect. Save. See, it got saved there. Perfect. So we were able to add the fragment onto this particular correspondence rule. How did we do it? By clicking on this insert rule. Perfect. So once that is done, the next piece is we should be adding the other fragment. Also, what we can do is we can add a message here. Dear, after we tell, hey, whatever is the customer name, you can add a custom message. Could be, so here we want to see if the shipping address is fine. So here you can say, dear, whoever it is, please review the shipping address details below and let us know if you need any changes. This is something which we can tell or contact us, stuff like that. We see emails like that, right? Are you guys able to hear me? Yes, no?
Yes, yes.
Okay, perfect. And the later part is, what is it? So here, what do I have to show here after this line? It's definitely not my signature, but I should be giving them the shipping details, yes or no? Whatever shipping address details are there as part of the flow, whatever the user has provided, I should be able to share that with them. How can I share that with them? Same thing, click here, choose rule HTML section. While inserting rules here, you can insert a fragment, you can insert a paragraph, you can put a correspondence, insert a correspondence, or you can also add a section, rule HTML section. What is the section which is holding my shipping details? Shipping section? Yes or no? Yes or no, guys? Choose that. What is the page? Py work page. Save. Do you see how we are using bits and pieces which we have created to consolidate into one correspondence rule? Is it making sense, guys? If you want to modify the font and color for this particular message, you can do that also. Bold. And then you can underline that. I believe you can change the color also. See, text color. You can click here and then say maybe green. Perfect. See, you can send it like a RT, a rich text editor sort of approach, right? Of course, my signature has to go in here. I'll say, what is it? It's a fragment, yes or no? My signature was specified into a fragment, which is ABC signature fragment. Do we agree? Yes, no?
Yes.
Perfect. What is the page? Py work page. Save. Does it make sense, guys? Yes or no?
Yes.
Perfect. So we are able to build out the correspondence rule also, and we have included what all details we want as part of this particular email. We have done that. Save this correspondence. Created two fragments, created one correspondence rule, inserted those two fragments along with my custom text message and a section we have included here. That's what we have completed so far. So while we were discussing, to send notification, Pega gives you out of the box activity, which is called as send email notification. Let's try to see that. All this drama happening so that we will be able to send out a notification from our workflow. This is what is a one-time setup. Once you set this up, after that you have to just call it and use it. But this is what is needed. It's an integration you are doing. You are integrating with this Gmail host and using your credentials to send out a notification to the user. This is the out of the box activity, send email notification, which is getting utilized to send an email. What it is doing, it's writing, there is some Java which Pega has already written. We're just going to use it. Don't worry what it is doing. All we need here to understand is there are set of parameters. What are those parameters? If you see, you will already know. What does this parameter mean, guys? Does it make sense to you? Yes, no? To is nothing but the to address which you will be using. From is nothing but from whom you are sending. Subject is nothing but what subject you want. Message body is nothing but what will be the message body. Password, what will be the password for that particular user. Stuff like that. Okay. These are the parameters your email to be sent out will be needing to send this. To do that, I will have to create a new activity and add these parameters explicitly. What I will do, I'll just do a save as of this. Just see how we can smartly utilize this existing activity. I'll call this, let us call it send email 1. Let me save this. I'm doing a save as of a existing out of the box activity into my work class, giving a different name. Create. And how does it help us? We'll understand. Now the same activity got saved as, and I'm able to get that here. I don't want this step. I'll delete this. How did it help me now? I deleted that step. It's gone. How did it help me? Now I don't have to create all those parameters again. I was able to save as that, and it saved me some work. Yes or no? Or else I have to add all these parameters explicitly. Because I'm going to use these parameters, I just did a save as of this activity, deleted the step, gave my name, and I'm able to use that. Yes or no? Does it make sense, guys? How I'm utilizing that activity?
Yes.
I'm just reusing it to make sure I'll use the parameters. That's the only thing I'm trying to do here. We'll be adding our changes here. What are the changes? We'll see. I deleted that step. Now my activity has no steps. All that it has is parameters which we got from the send email notification activity. Okay. These are some default parameters. We can use them for our requirement. We'll need those. That is why I have done this thing. This way you can reuse any activity and then utilize those parameters. Let us say I want to set who is the from part. Like for example, BPM for business is going to send this email. So let us say I will do the I'll set the from party. How can I set that? What will I use to set a property in activity, guys? What method?
Property set.
Property set. Very good. Property hyphen set. Use property hyphen set and expand this guy. See, now what is the property? If you see your parameters, there is a from guy. Yes or no? Perfect. Let us use that. If you remember, see, if you write param and if you click on dot, it will give you access to all the parameters available there. This is for the from party. I want to set who is going to send this email first. Who is going to send this email? My email ID. But where is that email ID? I can specify hard code it here. But what have we done to use these constant values? What have we done, guys?
Yes.
Sorry. What was the first role we worked on today?
DSS.
DSS, dynamic system settings. We utilize dynamic system settings. Why? For example, let us say I hard code that value here, okay? And tomorrow this thing goes to test or production. Then I'll be locking this rule set. And if the email changes, can I change it? I would have to change all the places where I have hard coded. However, if I keep it in DSS, that will be only one place I'll have to change. So how will I fetch those values which are there in DSS? We'll see that, okay? We will see that. To fetch those values, what I can do is I can use this expression builder. Pega gives you a function to fetch that. Click on browse and just type, I think, data system. Just type data and system here. Get cached. There are two functions, yes or no, with the same name. Just pick the one with two parameters. So see, the first one has two parameters. This one has three parameters. What is that? Owning rule set, string setting, and string default value. Don't use this. Just use this because we just have one value which we have specified there. Just click on this plus. See, you got it here. Now, just specify what does it expect. If you see here, it is expecting owning rule set. What is the owning rule set for us, guys? Where we specified this thing? If you go back to your refresh this class. Okay, it won't be here because it is not associated with any class. Minimize this guy. Go to your DSS. All we are doing here is created an activity. Now we need to fetch that email which is present in DSS. See, what is the owning rule set? What is the owning rule set, guys? Alpha auto? Yes? No? Okay, let us set the name properly. It has to be small case. My bad. Let me correct that here. Or that's okay. That doesn't matter, I guess. Let us try without that. We will know. Alpha auto is my rule set. Let me specify that. Alpha auto. It has two parameters. Expecting two parameters. What is the owning rule set? What is the setting? Setting is nothing but the name of that DSS rule. What is the name of the DSS rule? From email. Yes or no? Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
Perfect. Let
Yes.
us call it test it. Are we able to fetch the value for the data system setting, the DSS? Are we able to do it, guys? Make sense? How we can fetch
Yes.
the value?
Yes. Yes.
All you have to remember here is to fetch any DSS, you will need this function. This function, owning rule set, the rule name. Specify that, test it, you will get it here. Perfect. But when you submit it, if you see, only this expression is coming here. Whatever value you specify here will get picked up. Tomorrow in production, if this email is not something which you are going to use, if you're changing it to something else, you can just update it here and the same thing will get picked up here. Yes or no? So you're not hard coding it. You are building it very dynamic. At runtime, whatever value is there, that is what is going to be picked up. This way, this particular from email can be referenced in multiple activities. Still, you have to just modify one place and all those activities will work fine. Does it make sense? What we are trying to do here? Yes? No?
Yes.
Always
Yes.
try to build something like that. Never hard code values. Never hard code it. Always try to build in such a way that it should be dynamic. And if you have to hard code also, you should be able to modify at one place and it should be reflecting it everywhere. You shouldn't be hard coding in multiple places because it is very hard to take care of such code. For example, if you are working in an organization, you build an application like this where you have hard coded, let us say you hard coded your email here. Only you know that once you leave that organization, anyone who comes newly, he has to understand the entire code to see where exactly it is breaking. That is why you have to utilize rules like this to build smart. Does it make sense, guys?
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
Same way, I can add the SMTP host and password also. Yes or no? Param dot, let us say, password. And this value will be nothing but same thing. You can copy that also, but I'll try to show you again. data, system, search, pick the one with to this thing. Just click on plus. What should come here? Alpha Auto. Yes or no? And just see the name, whatever name you have given. Alpha Auto, password. Give that here. Does it make sense, guys? Test it. Once you're done, test it. My password. It's coming. Submit. Same way I can fetch SMTP host also. Yes or no?
Yes.
See, all these parameters we didn't create. We just saved as and we got those parameters. We saved our time from creating all those parameters. We just utilized the existing activity to get those. Building this expression also is exactly same. Again, browse. You can copy and paste also, but I'm trying to do it so that you get used to this expression builder. People get scared if you have to use expression builder. Oh, I don't understand it. What are these functions and all that? Very simple. All it is telling it, there is one function. Pass these two values, I will give you the result is what it is telling. It's like calculator. Pass 1 and 2, it will give you a sum. Whatever operation you want to do. Just like that. This is the function which we are using here. You just have to pass the values to it. Alpha auto, comma, SMTP. What is the name? Always try to see the names and pass it exactly like that, or else the value sometimes might not come because there is error in the way you have passed. SMTP host test. See, it is not coming. Is it coming? You know why? Because if you see, I typed the name and I have typed the rule set name wrong. See, it is not coming. ATUO is what I have typed. Let's correct that. Auto. Does it make sense? These values should go exactly how you have created in the DSS rule. Does it make sense, guys? Uh-oh. So going further. So in send email, we are able to get the SMTP host. So if I have any modification, for example, if I specify the rule set name wrong or this property, this rule name wrong, I won't be able to get those values. So you should always test it. If you test it, you will see that it is working fine. I'm able to fetch that. Submit. Perfect. So did we understand how to create a DSS rule and how to fetch that value in an activity? Yes? No? Have you understood that?
Yes.
Very good. Very important. When they say DSS, you should know that this is to set constant values globally. Wherever you want, you can access this. And to fetch that, you can use out of the box function within an activity using expression builder. You can use this and you can fetch those values. Also, I have to pass. My bad. I think I can pass here only. No problem. It should be this is the HTML type of a message. So I have built whatever I have built here as part of this thing will be a HTML message. So we'll have to check that also. Do I have something for HTML? Okay, HTML message. And the value I'll be passing that to that is true. These are some basics with respect to, uh, you know, um, email. That's why we are going to set those. Also, this is going to use SSL. What is SSL? I'll be making a video for that to help you understand how you can enable SSL with Pega. Don't worry about that. It's kind of advanced concept, but easy to understand. Use SSL. What it means is it is secure. That's what it means. Right now, when you try to access your environment, do you see this? Why? Because we are accessing this on HTTP. This is a HTTP access. That's why you're seeing this. This will be HTTPS, which means it is a secure access. And we'll be telling true to this as well. Yes or no? True. Okay, perfect. Few parameters we are passing. We are passing few parameters. In param dot from is something we got. We have that param.to. Who will be sending this email to, guys? Who are we sending this email to? Who will be sending this email to, guys? From is our system is sending this, but who are we sending this to? To the person who is working on this work, that work object, when he is trying to fill in vishwas@gmail.com, whoever it is, we are providing that email there. Yes or no?
Ye-
Right? So we have to provide his email also, but how can we get that email? That email is present on my PY work page. Do we agree?
Yeah.
Right? It is
Yes.
present on a PY work page. How can I fetch that? There is a parameter for that also. Param dot to email address, but we have not set that in any DSS. That is changing for every work object. Every work object new person is creating, and that will be the sorry about that. So you will be using the work object. Every work object will have its own email ID, right? The user who will be creating, his email ID has to be used. How can I access that? I can use primary dot, and I can say email. What primary means here is nothing but PY work page. Why? Because that is the page on top of which you will be having. You can also specify uh, PY work page here. I'm using primary because when you're using this, uh, when you go through the activity class, we went through primary and PY work page, or whatever will be the context with respect to a given activity. Primary here refers to the primary page. The primary page here will be the PY work page. On that we'll have email. That is why I'm using that, so that you'll have understanding of that as well. Perfect. Now see, all these parameters, are they making sense to you guys? How we are achieving these parameters actually? Param dot subject. If you see our HTML fragment and stuff, all that is about the body. We didn't set the subject anywhere. Did we set the subject, guys? No,
Yeah.
we didn't do it. So let us build the subject. How can we build the subject? We can can set something like this. Primary dot subject. In the value you can tell review shipping info. Okay. And then say plus, and then say primary dot py id. See what this will do? Shipping information appended with the work object. PYID is your work object ID, yes or no? We saw that when we studied work object tables. We understood that PYID is the ID of the work object A hyphen whatever it gets created. So when you get a notification from Amazon also, you'll have that ship order number in the email, yes or no? In the subject.
Yeah.
See, same thing we are trying to implement here. Save this. Saved. Okay. All that we have done is just specified one step, just a property set. You see how many property sets we can do here? All we have done is all the parameters which we got, of that few of them we have set: the from email, the password, the message is had to be true, SSL true, who you are sending to, and what would be the subject. That is something which we set. Perfect. Let us say this is done. Now we can call correspondence messages also from an email. How can we do that? How can you do that? We can use property set. Let me show you that. There's a method called property hyphen correspond, no, hyphen set, I guess, hyphen set correspondence. Yes, property set correspondence rule method. This is a method we'll be using in activity, you know, to trigger correspondence. Let us see how we can do it. I chose that method. Let me expand and see what are the parameters it is expecting. It is asking for the property name. It is asking for the property name. Property name is nothing but the message, what message you want to send. That will be param dot. Do I have message? Message. What is the correspondence stream? Do I have a correspondence stream created already, guys? Nothing but the correspondence rule. Do we have it? Yes? No? Yes, we do have it, right? ABC correspondence. And also type. What is this? Email. It's the email type of notification we want to send. We'll stitch this together. Don't worry about that. Perfect. So these are the few properties we will need to send this email. All we have done is did a property set and set few attributes for sending this email. For correspondence specific, there are few property sets which we need. We have done that here. Perfect. 2 steps completed. The third step. What activity will we use to send email notification, guys? Out of the box activity. Yes or no? We'll be using this particular activity. Send email notification. If I already have an activity which does that job, how can I call that or initiate that from another activity? I already have this activity which does that. All I have to do is utilize this activity. How can I call an activity from another activity, guys?
Call.
Call. That's it. All this is like preparing masala for biryani. That's what we are doing here. We are preparing the masala for biryani. Now we have to eat it. How will we eat it? We'll call this send email notification. Call and tell the if you don't find it, that's fine. You just have to specify it and then just expand this. You will get all the parameters which are necessary for that. Does it make sense? Where are these properties then now? Now that we clicked on expand, we are getting all these things. But if you remember, we have already set all these properties, right? Yes or no? Subject and all this we have already set. Heavy, SMTP host and all that we have already set. All you have to do is pass current parameter page. All those properties it is expecting will be passed because we have already set it. Yes or no? Make sense, guys? Does it make sense? Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Perfect. Okay. Now we are done with this activity. All that it has is 3 steps. First step, the properties with respect to from, to, and details which are necessary to send an email like SMTP host and stuff like that, and some correspondence related property sets which we can do using property set correspondence, where you will be able to specify the message, the correspondence rule you are going to use. What is the type? Email. Quite basic. And then I'm calling the send email notification out of the box activity which will be doing that sending of email using something. It has a Java code inside, nothing for you to worry about. Pega is telling you use this, I'll take care of sending that email. All you need is you have to give me all the raw materials. Biryani I'll make. Don't worry about that. Give me raw materials. What are the raw materials? To send email, like, do you know how exactly Gmail is sending your email to the other guy? You don't know that. All you are giving it is from, to, subject and body. Yes or no? Yes or no, guys?
Yes, yes.
Same thing we are doing here, but in a different fashion. We are doing property sets and all that. Why? Because dynamically from a system we want to send, it should be able to pick up dynamically and send it. That's why we are doing all this hangama here. Don't worry about that. Perfect. Let us check in this code. Perfect. I'm checking in this code. Done. This activity needed some understanding, but I think it just has 3 steps is what you have to understand. First thing is where we will be specifying to, from, and all those details, and we understood how we got it. Few were in DSS, we pulled them. Few were true values, we passed them. And few were like email, details which are present on PY workpage, we pulled them. Subject is something which we built that also had a PY ID, we pulled. Perfect. We did that. Now where should we, how will the system know that this activity has to be called? How will the system know? We have to specify it somewhere. Of course, we'll go and rely on our flow actions, because flow actions have a place from where we can trigger activities. Do they? Yes or no?
Yes.
Let us go to what flow actions we have and see where exactly this lies. To do that, first what I will do, let me close all this unnecessary rules. DSS also I don't need perfect. Let me open process flow action. Now in this is happening after address is provided. So it has to happen in address flow action. Yes or no? Shipping address is what we are trying to validate. It has to happen in address flow action. If I open address flow action, you will see there is this shipping section, address section, which internally has, billing and shipping section. See, billing and shipping. Perfect. No problem. Now, let us come back here and let's call this activity. From where can I call this activity? Of course, I can't change this because it's 01010, which is a locked rule set. Save as this guy to your open rule set, which is 010102. Save as this guy. Perfect. This has to be a post processing activity. Go to actions tab in your flow action. Once they have provided, only then you will have those shipping details. Yes or no? In this flow action, on that section, the user has to provide. Only after he provides, you will have those details. Do you agree? Only then sending this email will make sense. Yes or no? Perfect. In post processing, let me add that activity. I have a spot to add that activity. I will say send email one. Yes or no? This is the activity we are using, right? Yes, no?
Yes, yes.
Choose this. See, again here it is asking parameters. You don't have to worry about any of this. Why? Because you have already set all these attributes in the activity. Don't need to worry about this. Check in. Perfect. Now let's try to run this and see if it is going through. To run this, I have to go to my flow. Of course, let me run my normal flow. What all is checked out? Let me check in those rules also so I don't have any issues while. Okay. To check in bulk, you can use this bulk check-in actions. Okay, and then you can say, let me check in all the rules which are open. Fragments, vehicle section, I don't want to do that. Shipping section, I want to. Correspondence email, I want to. Screen flows are fine. Vehicle pages, I don't want to. Okay. Work in progress. Click on insert. This will insert all those rules which you want to check in. I have selected here. And just say start. It should check in all the rules which are necessary for our this thing. Close. Perfect. Let's try to run this flow now. Actions. Run. If any of you can provide me a valid email, and if you have access to your email and you can check. Vishwas, if you can tell me your email, let me use yours.
Yes. Uh,
Just a second. Vishwas Nayak. What's your email?
Vishwas CN4 at gmail.com.
CN4, is it?
Yes, yes.
At
At gmail.com.
gmail.com. Okay, let us see if it goes to you. Mail 25. India, perfect. Attica. Research. Submit. Personal vehicle. Submit. Info. Submit. And go ahead and fill in the loss info. I don't have any loss info. Submit. Approve. Go approve. I'll say approve. Submit. Yes, this is where. Let us say he is in 544 RB Road. Sir, Karnataka 571301. Got copied because we have built the data transform. Shipping address got copied here. Now I'll say submit. Let us also trace it while we are doing it to see if the email notification triggers. Perfect. Case got resolved. Now we have to wait to see if he has received a notification. Can you check your email, Vishwas, and tell us if you have received anything?
Yes,
It might take a couple of minutes. Okay, send email notification has failed. You shouldn't have received. Let us see though. Why has it failed? It's telling the username and password was incorrect. Okay, so all we can do is we can create one sample email and use it. Let us do it right away. Let us create one sample account to see if we can make it work. For myself, Pega World, Pega World 2022, and password will be Pega yes, mix of okay. So 2022, perfect. Next. Next. Oh, it is asking for a number. I don't have a number. What do I do? Okay, let us say let me give my number. I think there is some setting which you'll have to disable there. Next. Verify. Have you got any of this thing? Email? Yes? No? Jan 1st, 1994. Thanks. Yes, I'm in. Okay.
I haven't received any.
You got an email?
No, no, I haven't
I
received.
haven't. Okay, perfect. No problem. You shouldn't have, which is fine. And think, no thanks. I have the email now. So it is Pega World gmail.com. Let's go back here and all we have to do is just modify the DSS. Save. And we also need another password, right? Okay. Right click, create. There's one setting which we'll have to disable, and this will be rules at 2022 or Pega rules at 2022. What did I give? You guys remember?
Yeah, 2022, I guess.
Rules at 2022? Yes? No? Let us see. Hold on. Done. Oh god.
Yeah,
Nope. Yes, Pega at 2022. Perfect. I think it's rules. Let us check. Hold on. Okay. Let me try to send now and check from here. Mm. Oh, I think it is done. So let's try to recreate this work object and see. It has to go through, or else there must be some issue with the Gmail. I think there is one setting on Gmail which we have to turn off. I'll turn that off. Okay. I'll present it for myself. From here, submit. Submit. Go. Submit. Go. Let turn off the tracer. Okay. Clear. Submit. Okay. This should go through. Let us see. If this is okay, it is failing because some issue with Gmail. Okay, username and password not accepted. So it is telling. All we can do is Google this up and we should be able to solve it. Um, yeah, so I had now you should change access list secure copy link address. This should solve the problem. No longer available. Okay. There is this setting which we have to turn off. So to protect your account, Google will automatically turn off. Okay. Looks like this setting is not available anymore, because of which it is happening. Let me do one thing. Let me try to figure out why exactly it is not letting us. So ideally it should send you that email and we should be able to receive that. It is not happening here because this particular setting has to be turned off. I have to turn off that, but it's telling that setting is not available anymore. If you see here, the setting has to be turned off, which is not happening here. Let me check that and I'll get back to you. But do you understand how exactly we can generate that and create using DSS correspondence and correspondence fragment? How we were able to create that? Yes? No?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So that is one important takeaway from today's, because of course the email also has to go. We'll see that. I'll try to see why exactly it is not going through. If you see, all the attributes would be passed as part of the page. See, dear, and followed by the color and stuff like that, and whatever is your PUID, everything would be passed. Uh, Unable to send due to username and password not accepted. It's not accepting for some reason. I have to figure that out. I'll figure that out. That's on me. I'll try to check that, and possibly by tomorrow I'll try to showcase you how exactly the email goes through. Let me debug it and figure out how exactly we can fix it. But ideally you should be expecting an email with the subject of, see, review shipping information, and then followed by your uh, you know your PY work object ID, and the body will have whatever we had specified in the body, the section which has the the shipping section details, that stuff will be populated there. If you see, we have included here shipping section. This that details would be appearing there along with rest of the details. That's what should be coming there. Let us see though. So we'll see. HTML grid. Sorry. Unable to finish. That's okay. So that's on me. But the takeaway from today's class is, how do we send an email notification from your Pega application to the users in your work object? Like we specified, we can specify any email there and we'll be able to send. This issue won't be appearing for you when you are trying to work for organizations, because they'll be giving you genuine credentials with respect to how you can connect to our account and send that. There will be official management for that. This is something which you're trying to use the out of the box Gmail. which is causing us this, which is also fixable. I'll try to fix that for you and I'll show you that. But understand that the takeaway for today's class is like, how you can use the correspondence rule, how you can use the, DSS to set the properties, how you can use the DSS as well as correspondence fragments and correspondence to create this particular notification mechanism. Also, very important is Pega uses send email notification activity to send this email. If you see your activity here, we are using send email notification to send that, which takes care of everything. However, the username and password, though we are passing it accurately, still it is having some issue. Let us see that tomorrow. I'll try to figure it out and then maybe we will be able to solve this. Let me know. Does it make sense, guys?
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So to address the issue with the app not being able to send the email, I had to do a couple of things. First thing, uh, I had to enable the multiple factor authentication on my Gmail account, which I was able to do using accounts.google.com. And then when you go into security, you'll be able to do that by coming down here. You can enable two-step authentication. After you have done with that, you have to change you have to create a password for the app which you're trying to create. For example, right now I'm trying to do it through my Pega application, which I have to provide my password here again, which is my Gmail password. Once I provide that, then I can create a new password using select app. For example, if I'm going to use, I just used mail here. Like this way you can use any custom app and then you can choose a device, or for example, sorry, I can say mail, and then I can say what device. Right now I'm using a Mac, so I chose Mac. Same way you can use a Windows computer, and when you click generate, it generates a password. All you have to do is whatever email you have given, on the same thing you should go and update the password which gets generated here. When you click generate, you will get a password here. You have to go and update that in your DSS. Inside the DSS, you will have to go and provide that password. Whatever password gets generated, you should go and provide that password in your DSS, which I did here. I provided that special password which got created. Once you are done with that, just create another flow and you'll be able to see the email going through. From actions, just click run. I'll say create, and I'll say the email where I want that details. Let us say it is Pega World 2022 is the email I'm going to use, gmail.com. See, the case ID is 211-4. Submit, submit, submit. Oh, sorry. Okay, yeah, I think we're good. Loss information. And then after this, I'll be providing the address details. Once the loss information is done, I'll be heading to approval where I'll approve this guy. Right now, I'll just keep it blank. Submit, and here you can provide the address 144 Empire State, New York City, New York 10001. Say the shipping details is going to be the same and submit. Just remember 211-4 is the work object. Submit. Now go back to the Gmail account, PegaWorld 2022. Click here. See, you should have received all those details. I have received the details, review shipping info, dear, and the details followed by my signature also in the bottom. This is how we will be able to send outbound notification. Hope this helps. Thank you. I know there were a few hiccups, but we were able to resolve this and understand. Let me know if you have any questions in the comment section. I'll be happy to help you understand this. Cheers.